For more on Britney Spears' conservatorship and this ongoing case, let's bring in University of Iowa law professor Josephine Gittler and ACLU disability rights attorney Zoe Brennan-Crone. Ladies, thank you so much for being here this morning. Josephine, I'll start with you. What exactly is a conservatorship? Why do these why do these exist?
Well, let me start by explaining that the law presumes that all adults have the mental capacity to make personal and financial decisions about their lives. But in all states, there are laws that recognize that some adults have diminished decision-making capacity because of Alzheimer's disease or some other dementia, or because of intellectual disabilities, or because of brain injuries, or because of mental illness. And so in all states, there are laws that authorize the court to appoint a person or an entity to be a substitute decision maker for an adult with diminished capacity. And the term guardianship is generally used to refer to a substitute decision maker who makes personal care decisions and living arrangements for the adult with diminished decision-making capacity. And conservatorship is a term that's generally used to refer to a person or an entity appointed by the court to make financial decisions for an adult with diminished decision-making capacity. In some states like California, where Britney Spears is subject to conservatorship, that term is used to cover both.
All right, so in Britney's case, the conservatorship does cover both, but it is being, those two branches of the conservatorship are being decided by different people. Zoe, walk us through the pros and the cons of a conservatorship.
Sure. Conservatorship, as was just explained, is a legal system where the court is and a judge is taking away one person's rights and giving them to another person and saying this person, the person under conservatorship or guardianship, cannot make their own choices about where they live, who they see, what they eat, how they spend their money, where they live, who they live with. That person can't make those decisions about for themselves, and another person, this concept of substitute decision making, another person makes those decisions for you. And so that's a really huge imposition, a really huge stripping of civil rights of the person under conservatorship. So we view it as something that should really be the last resort, and that there are a lot of alternatives to conservatorship and guardianship, a lot of ways that a person with disabilities or a person perceived to have disabilities can get supports, can get help to live their life, to make their decisions in a way that's safe and in a way that's how they want to live their life, short of taking that decision-making capacity away from them in a way that's often permanent.
Well, and so there's so much we don't know about this case and Britney's specifics and why the court has decided this, but how difficult is it to get out of a conservatorship if down the line you are capable of taking care of yourself?
It's extremely difficult to get out of conservatorships and guardianships, and that's one of the real concerns we have about them. It's much, much easier to get into one than to get out of one. And so you're right, we don't know the details of this case, and we don't know what's been filed and what's been considered and what's under, what the court is considering. But we do know that it's very typical for people to get into conservatorships in a moment of crisis or in some sort of particular situation, and then for those to become essentially permanent. It's extremely difficult to get out of a conservatorship.
All right, this is definitely one of those cases that people are watching very closely. Zoe Brennan-Crone and Josephine Gittler, great to have you both. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.